Yes, indeed. Rosa Mendes is the ultimate technician. A lot of people like to say that Kerrang Ho won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Well, I think that Rosa Mendes could have won a gold medal with a broken leg, a broken neck, a broken hand, a broken fibula, a broken tibia, a torn ACL, a torn groin, a ripped tit, no nipples, no neck, no Adam's apple, no teeth, no eyeballs, no nose, no ears. She could have done it as one of those little things that like chocolate on SpongeBob. You remember that old lady that bought chocolate off of him, the one that was like, what? What did he say? I think if Rosa Mendes looked like that, even then she could have won the gold medal, because obviously gold medals are overrated. No one cares about gold medals. No one cares about any of that crap. All we care about is anything that Rosa Mendes does on television. Yeah, you say that she should have been the one to break the record for the longest Divas title reign ever. I'll do you one better. She should have been the one to break the fucking streak, all right? She should have broken the mold between men and women wrestlers. Undertaker should have challenged her at WrestleMania for the Divas Championship, just because a win over Rosa Mendes would have been bigger than any fucking win in his fucking history. You look at the end of an era match, that match was complete garbage, alright? I would rather pay $5 million to watch Rosa Mendes versus The Undertaker 1 than Undertaker versus anyone else on the fucking roster, especially Lita versus Trish Stratus. I mean, okay, Lita can do a fucking backflip. That's amazing. All right, let me just refer you back to this video right here where she is with Primo and Epico. Look at these epic shoulder taunts right here. When have you ever seen anything like that before? That is as extreme as it can get, ladies and gentlemen. And then you look at Trish Stratus. Oh, come on, ladies. I mean, you want to talk overrated. I think we should bring back that great overrated series from 2011 and just bring it back just for Lita and Trish Stratus and just go on a 3-hour rant just to talk about how much Lita and Trish are over freaking rated. Yes, indeed. That backstage segment with BJ Lee as the Divas champion. I think that BJ should have just handed over the fucking Divas championship right then and there to Rosa Mendes after those lines and just said, you know what? I can try. I can attempt it. I can strive to be it, but I will never be as great as you. So here, you take this and you run with it, because that is what would have happened. See, look, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why. You know what? The Shield claimed that they fought in injustice. I don't understand why they didn't attack every diva not named Rosa Mendes for taking away TV time, because that is as big as an injustice as I've ever fucking seen in my life. Anyway, like you said, Rosa Mendes has been a babyface for most of her career, so anything that looks like a botch, like you said, is probably just her trying to put herself over as the underdog, She can't wrestle, so let's get behind her. But no, in reality, any smart person, anyone with half a brain would tell you that Rosa Mendes is just doing that to get herself over with the crowd, Kind of like what Eva Marie does to get herself heel heat is what Rosa Mendes would do to get herself pops and, baby face type of reactions. Because I can guarantee you that if Rosa Mendes won any of those matches where she supposedly botched, right now she'd be more over than Daniel Bryan, all right? She would put Daniel Bryan to fucking shame. Yes, indeed. You talk about Trish Stratus getting on her knees and barking like a dog, putting all women to shame. Basically, that is why the perception of women is so low. I believe that all feminists just hang up a picture of Rosa Mendes as who they want to be, and then they just put a picture of Trish Stratus barking like a dog, and that's where they are now. Because, god damn it, ladies and gentlemen, one thing that the WWE should do right now, see, the reason that they're going so broke is their lack of usage, their lack of ideas for Rosa Mendes right now. The reason people don't buy the network is because they don't want a WWE network. They want a Rosa Mendes network. We want Rosa Mendes 24/7. Okay? And you know what? You mentioned all these talentless female wrestlers like Ivory and Victoria and Jazz, and they couldn't wrestle to save their lives. And then we always got the short end of the stick because they never pushed real wrestlers like like Amy Weber and divas like that. So you know what? This is just like an atrocity. You know, this is what's wrong with the world right now. The reason that there's so many people starving out there, and the reason that the reason the sun goes down every night is because Rosa Mendes is not utilized on WWE television enough. You know, that's the reason that we have nighttime, so that people can have time to go outside and cry over this and not be embarrassed to do it. Yes, indeed, and the reason that the Hall of Fame isn't the prestige is because they don't call it Ryback. And you know what? Since we have the trademark, since we have the freedom, we have the ability to do this, I want to be the first to induct Rosa Mendes into the Ryback. So congratulations, Rosa Mendes. You have made it up there with only the most prestigious of superstars. And I think the only thing that could save the WWE right now is, you know, let's form like an orgy trio faction between three talented, you know, off the chart talent like the Great Khali and Ryback and Rosa Mendes, all three just into one, and then they could just like all three of them make out before each match, and then all three of them make out after each match, and then they fight each other in a triple threat, one-on-one, with one of them on commentary, one of them special referee one time, you know, just form different varieties between that trio, because I definitely think that those three would equal ratings for the WWE. And you know what's funny is these days people call the Divas a piss break, and we seem to forget who set the mold for that. That's right, it was Lita and Trish freaking Stratus. They set the bar so fucking low that people decided to call the Divas a fucking piss break, especially that episode of Raw in 2004 that just ended in one big piss break. Like, it was funny. It was like on one TV, you could have had a guy just taking a fucking piss, and it would have been the exact same thing as Lita versus Trish Stratus main eventing. Yes, indeed, and you look at right now, you say that they inducted these talentless hacks into the Hall of Fame. Well, look at the talentless hack that we have for a Divas champion right now. Are you seriously telling me that this fucking, I can't even say her fucking name, that's how disappointing she is, that's how disgusting she is. You know, I heard she's married to a quitter. I heard she married some kind of a fucking guy who quit his job out of nowhere and decided that he was set for life. You know, I cannot wait for the day that guy goes fucking broke. But again, I can't say her fucking name. That's how mad it makes me that Rosa Mendes is being degraded to being perceived to be below her. On what planet is Rosa Mendes below this woman? In any way, shape, or form, is Rosa Mendes below this woman? Hell no. Alright? So a big stone cold middle finger to anyone that decided that was the, you know, the idea that was best for business. No, fuck that. You know what? Fuck Seth Rollins. Why can't Rosa Mendes? You know, Eva Marie is another talented person that I think they should start pushing. But that's another rant. But that's why I popped out. But Rosa Mendes, god damn it all to hell. Fuck Seth Rollins. Give Rosa Mendes the Money in the Bank, and then have her win. I'd like to see Dean Ambrose try to stop Rosa Mendes from cashing in, because if that were to happen, that man would never, ever step foot outside of a hospital bed again. Yes, indeed, that Rosa Mendes Eva Marie tag team would be fantastic too. The only thing is that Eva Marie kind of struggles to get a reaction. You know, for someone that's as great of a wrestler as she is, she kind of struggles to get a reaction, which is weird, but okay. You know, you mentioned, you know, fucking garbage. You know, it's like the WWE is full of talentless pieces of shit. You know, you mentioned Seth Rollins, who's like the worst wrestler I've ever seen. You know, I don't even think he should be considered a wrestler. I think what he does out there is like, I've seen clowns that have better acts than this shit. You have Dean Ambrose, who can't cut a promo to save his life, and then you have other talentless hacks like Roman Reigns, who he never believably beat anybody up. So why the hell should I believe in him? You know what? Fuck believing in Roman Reigns. Believe in Rosa Mendes. Yes, indeed. As you said, she is the best at taking a shit. You know, I personally like to believe that, all these couples that end up having babies just throw their babies away and wait for Rosa Mendes to take a shit and replace that baby with Rosa Mendes's stool. So anyway, like you said, we could go on this for hours. We have so many great things to say about Rosa Mendes, but we'll just leave it at that. And you know what? We're so mad right now because they don't utilize Rosa Mendes, that we feel like ranting on a few other things, like Drew McIntyre and Oksana's release. Our Rosa, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy Mendes come. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in Rosa Mendes's body. Give us this day our daily Rosa match, and forgive us our burials, as we forgive those who bury Rosa. And lead us not into temptation to bury Rosa, but deliver us from talentless hacks like Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and all those bad wrestlers like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. And Trish Stratus and Lita and BJ Lee. Amen. Hallelujah! Yes, indeed. This must have been why they were losing money. Obviously, they must have been losing money because they were utilizing, and something as epic and as legendary as 3MB is supposed to be. These guys are easily the greatest faction in the history of wrestling. Drew McIntyre was just obviously the Shawn Michaels of that group, the complete jobber, the one who never amounted to anything, was complete garbage. And it's obvious that Jobber Mahal and Heath Slater were the Marty Jannettis who were always the talented ones, the ones that were always going to be the bigger stars, the better stars of that group. And God damn it, I'm so happy that Drew McIntyre is gone. I never liked him. I never will like him. There was you remember all those times that he tried to hit on Kelly. Well, guess what, Heath Slater? You were like the 50th guy to try to do that. So, and I said Heath Slater because Heath Slater hit that first. So yeah, Drew McIntyre, you're just a fucking homie hopper. That was supposed to be one of your best friends' girlfriends first, and then you try to get at that. Well, what kind of a fucking disgusting prick does something like that? That is just fucking utterly disgusting, and I'm glad this guy's gone. I hope he takes his herpes with him and he never comes back. Yeah, so we've gotten enough off our chest here. We're running out of time, so we'll leave the Oksana rant for just a different time period. You'll know when that is. Anyway, yeah, that was about it. So fuck WWE for not utilizing Rosa Mendes, but thank you, WWE. I think it was Rosa Mendez' decision. I think Vince McMahon asked Rosa Mendes who she thinks should be fired, and the first name that popped up was Drew McIntyre because he's worthless. So kudos to WWE for that, but fuck you for not using Rosa Mendes. So that has been that. That's about it. Yada, yada, yada. Blah, blah, blah. Por favor!